Good afternoon, everyone. I take great privilege in welcoming everyone to this interactive session on robotic process automation. This is Tamanna. I'll be hosting today's webinar with my co-host Jeevan. For today's webinar, we have Mr. Deepak Rai, who has received his Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science and MBA in E-commerce from Mumbai University. He started his career in 2013 in Reliance Communications and has worked in various big firms with a lot of experience in the field of developing and testing using robotic process automation. He has also expertise in UiPath IPTV, AWS, RPA, .NET, Python, HTML, JavaScript, and much more. He also extends his knowledge to a wider community with his YouTube channel. He has delivered webinars and private sessions in corporates as well as in institutions like IITs and other workshops and conferences like Transform 21, NetGem, and a lot more. On behalf of Career Guidance Cell and Triple IT Dharwad, I welcome you to this webinar, sir. Now I call upon Mr. Deepak Rai, our speaker for today's webinar, to take over.
Thank you, Samanna, and thank you for the team for joining this session. So basically, this is the introduction of RPA. I can say this is not going to be concluded within 1 hour of session, but definitely I will try to touch of each and every base component so that you can understand what is RPA, how you can utilize it, and where we can use it in job perspective. Especially this is for the students who is going to appear for interviews, and this is the trending technologies where all of the major MNC organizations are using nowadays. So today's agenda is we'll discuss here what is RPA, what is UiPath, why we need RPA, and tool overview. At the end, I will show you small example where we can see how quickly we can perform our activity with by using RPA. So small introduction. Thank you, Samana, for taking out the time to explain about my detail. So as you said, I'm handling YouTube channel and the content providing on UiPath and different other technologies. So my expertise are software testing, AWS, RPA tools, which is UiPath, Robot Framework, RoboCorp, and there are several other tools are also available. We'll discuss here in detail. So I just want to understand from your point of view why you have joined this webinar and what is your expectation out of it, so that I will try to cover it up within the sessions. So you can unmute yourself and speak it out. What is the expectation from this webinar? Anyone?
Yeah, to get an overview on the topic RPA and what are the different type of technologies are there in order to implement kind of.
Okay. So definitely we'll touch base that each and every components of the RPA. Anything else from anyone who joined the sessions? Because try to keep this session in practice so that you will get maximum out of it. Because these are the trending technologies nowadays every organization are using. And you can't believe that for the job perspective, organizations are offering very good salaries in terms of packages. So for fresher as well, they are offering 10 LPA per year, which is, I think, a good amount for all of the freshers at least. Okay, perfect then. So first of all, what is RPA? One of the experts who said you will be paid in the future based on how you will work with robots. So his name is Japak Morgan. He is a very established person who is working in several organized big scale organizations. His expertise are into AWS and different other technologies he's teaching globally. So when we are working with the robots and we are utilizing the activities, it's always required to identify the task. So These tasks are our regular activities like getting out data from some places to the other places, doing analytics work, or extracting or scraping data from one website to the other website. Kindly unmute yourself if you're not speaking.
Bhargav, please unmute yourself.
So when we are performing a daily routine task, sometimes it's boring activity to do same task again and again, or to repeat the task again and again. Sometimes creating Excel sheet, sometimes creating a database of all of the students or all of the faculty. Sometimes we are creating these type of activities in our school, colleges, or even in the organization as well. This is the regular activity which we are performing on day-to-day life. But what if we can assign this type of activity to the robot? Robot is nothing but this is not at all a physical robot. We are going to build in terms of software. And when we will run this type of content, it will run for me or it will run for you and perform your activity on behalf of you, which is again a very quickly, as well as you will find it out in terms of accuracy as a almost 99 to 100%. So why we can invest our time to do such type of manual work? These manual works are nothing but our regular activities. Maybe if we are creating an Excel sheet of all of the subject list or mark sheet of the students, we can do it by using RPA tool. These activities, we can hand it over to the robot, and robot can run 24/7 as well. Whenever we need, we can trigger it. We will get the response in Excel sheet or in Word document or in the PDF document, any type of documents, we can get it from there. So it's really about augmenting the human experience, giving human a promotion. Main content, we can just observe and see their behavior, or we can analyze the robot is working or not. So when it comes to the robotic process automation, it's always we are giving a commands to the robot to run as quick as possible. Kindly, if you're not speaking, if you can mute yourself, then it will be easy for others as well. Yeah. So coming to the point, RPA is a technology that allows computer software to mimic actions typically performed by humans, interacting with digital systems to execute business processes. And these processes, in terms of HR, in terms of the management perspective, in terms of any charity events, or in terms of we are creating any documents. If you want to extract any data from PDF file, which is having more than 500 pages, it's very difficult for a single person to perform it. And even that person will take more than 1 or 2 days, but robot can do it as quick as possible. I can say within 5 minutes of time, the robot can extract whatever data we are looking for and keep it to our Excel repository. So we'll understand here what is robotic, which is an entity that has the capability to mimic human action. When it comes to the process is a sequence of steps that leads to a meaningful process or task. So let's say if you are preparing assignment for your activities for the creating a content in topic wise, you want to create it in Excel sheet or Word document. While doing the any assignment, maybe you are performing 5 steps. You are writing the title name, then you are writing the subtitle, then you are writing the content, at the end you are taking approval from the assignee person. So rather than doing by your own, maybe you can assign to the robot. You can create a robot for yourself, not for the others, which is going to help you to your work done as quicker as possible. Automation is nothing but whatever robot you have built it, you can run it whenever it is required. You don't need to go and do this type or activity again and again. So this is an RPA. So robotics process automations. We are automating our continuous activity, which we are doing again and again, or which we are performing again and again. Now, if you talk about the robotic process automation is the use of software with intelligence or artificial intelligence with machine learning, and there are several other components also required. So let's say if I am having an ID card, which contains my employee ID, which contains my name, which contains my date of birth, sometimes my address, as well as my blood group. This is a single ID. But what if HR system or HR team wants to extract these details from more than 5,000 or more than 10,000 IDs? It's not at all simple task. By using artificial intelligence and machine learning, there is a one concept called as document understanding, where we can use this document understanding functionality in UiPath without doing any coding. Mark my statement, without doing any coding, we can extract this detail by the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning. We just have to train our robot so that it will extract the data from one ID and store it to any Excel file or whatever system they are looking forward to store it. So RPA having capabilities to handle high volume, repetitive tasks that requires humans to perform. These tasks are query resolution, HR activity, support services, and maintenance of your data or record, or we can say the transactions. RPA creates and deploys a software robots with the ability to launch, integrate, and operate other software. This is designed in such a way you don't need to write any code. You can just drag and drop the activity and get it done, your work. So in terms of effort and cost is going to be less. So let's say in an organization, there are 3,000 people are working and all the 3,000 are doing just a data entry work. Just assume it. Not at all possible, but just assume it. If in an organization having 3,000 employees, all the 3,000 are doing only data entry work. They are capturing data from some website and storing into Excel for their analytics perspective, maybe for marketing perspective. So rather than hiring 3,000 employees, let's consider all 3,000 employees are in the same salary range, might be 35,000 in a month, because data entry is not going to pay more salary. So 35,000 is more than enough for the data entry operator. So rather than paying to 3,000 employees, maybe the organization can think to adopt RP2. They will get accuracy as well as saving the money, saving the cost, and they will get more number of hours to be worked, because robot can work 24/7. For human being, it's not at all possible. If one manager can say that to their employee, maybe you can extend your work for 2 or 3 hours, definitely that person will work for 1, 2 or 3 days. After that, they will ask, or the employee will ask more compensation, or the person will deny it, because they're having a more responsibility to it, maybe from the personal perspective, maybe from the organization perspective. Both ways possible. So for human being, it's not at all possible to work more than 12 hours for several years, but robot can work it 24/7 by 365 days. Even robot cannot ask for any leaves, right? So by this way, we can see that RPA is useful. When we comes to the any analytics perspective of the robotics process automation, like try is the name, big name, which is handling or providing authority or providing rules and regulations to all the telecom operator. Same like McKinsey is here to provide all these regulations or activities to the RPA tools or to the software related tools. So McKinsey itself estimated that $3.6 trillion of work is automated or of work is automatable. It means I'm not saying at all people will lose their work, but they will get promotion. They will get more, they will save more time. They will save in terms of accuracy, security as well. So why we need RPA? So let's consider, for example, of data entry or a story of data from one place to another place. Let's consider bank is submitting data to the any credit bureau. They are submitting all of the information related to the loan, related to the default structure, related to the consumptions, related to the trade. These all details they are regularly submitted to the credit history. Or might be you not get these terms better. I will change my example. So let's consider an example where you are doing login activity or you are installing any application into your mobile. So in the back end, there is a crawler is running, which is always looking to copy your data from your mobile device to into their database. And these all activities are done at the back end. You cannot believe that whatever activities you're performing into your mobile devices or laptops or systems, everything is getting stored into the Google. Wherever you have provided permission to copy your data. So if you are using Gmail account, if you are using WhatsApp, these all are saving or copying your data into their backend system. Based on the transactions, based on the records, they will show up in terms of advertising. So if you have searched for any products like iPhone on Amazon.in, and when you will jump to the Flipkart, in the right side of the panel, you will find it out iPhone is populated in terms of advertising. There's nothing but they are working on analyzing in your data, and whatever you're looking for, they are suggesting that this is available in Flipkart. Same thing is happening on several other websites. So in the back end, they are capturing all of your activities. These all activities are never done on without any tool or without any actions. These are in terms of robot, these components are working in your devices. They are capturing your data, storing into some places as well. So if I can assign this activity to the one human being, the single person can trace it for single user. So let's say I am the user who is performing the actions, and Google wants to store my data. Then Google has to hire one employee for me. And if I'm in billions of the numbers, then definitely Google has to hire billions of the employee, which is not exactly right. They are using this type of bot system, which is running at the backend. They are storing all of your activities into their system, and based on the analysis, they are providing you suggestion. So if you search on any specific website, they will suggest on some other website as well. So RPA does not entertain any form of the physical report. As I said, it mimics a human work by interacting with multiple applications in similar way that a human does. It also allows interpreting existing application, activating responses, controlling data, and communicating with the other digital system. RPA solution can be enhanced with machine learning and artificial intelligence. So these are the sectors which I listed here, that is HR, finance, tourism, logistics, service tax, insurance domain, IT and services. These are the domains which is regularly using or globally using RPA tool. For the logistics, tracking of the system, storing of the system, storing of review, these all components they are capturing. So if I will talk about finance domain or maybe logistic domain, logistics is nothing but Blue Dart or several other components are also there. Several other providers are also there. So if we talk about Blue Dart are providing services to deliver your logistic components. So these logistics are in terms of any electronics product, in terms of any uh, stationary item, or in terms of any of your personal components. So they will need to be tracked in their application in terms of their monetary revenue. So based on the analytics, they are improvising or improving their services. Based on the review or based on the comments, they are improving their services where logistics teams are using RPA. So which all RPA tools are available in the market and where they exist or which position they exist. So first of all, it's UiPath, then Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, Robot Framework, Robocore, Power Automate, which is again Microsoft product. Power Automate is a Microsoft product. Then Genoposter, Pega. There's several other RPA tools are also available in the market. But what is their recognition system and where they are exist in the market in terms of providing solution, in terms of providing security, compliance related component, then global existence, how many customers are using. After calculating all this, McKinsey has provided this analytics. So from the last 5 years, UiPath is on top. Automation Anywhere and Microsoft contains same. In some of the contains, Microsoft Power Automate is on the in the right, but in some of the components, Automation Anywhere is on the top. So these two applications contain same position. But when we talk about several other RPA tools like WorkFusion, Blue Prism, Edgeware, Cyclo, Robotics, Profact, the N number of RPA tools are built right now. From last 10 years, I can say more than 100 RPA products are moved into life or into production, where all of the organizations using on their respective needs. So these are the statistics. So coming down to the UiPath, any question as of now, or should I move further? If you have any question, you can unmute yourself and ask.
No question, sir.
Okay. So UiPath is an again RPA based tool where all of the activities or components are managed in such a way we can drag and drop their activity and use it without any code. So first step here is overview. Chart or path to fully automated enterprise is their goal. So once they get any activities to be automated, or they will analyze it, or the developer team will analyze it and provide the solution to the end user. Is it going to be completely automated or how much percent we can automate it? Or how much percent solution we can provide it so that it will not require any human intervention except monitoring. Then in the discovery, automation opportunity powered by AI for the people where they can automate their components in such a way that it will include artificial intelligence as well as machine learning. For that, it will be designed inside the Studio Pro, and by using document understanding as well. So document understanding is a complete set of AI and machine learning feature. When we talk about the managing of the activity and manage, deploy, and optimize automation to enterprise scale, which is done on orchestrator level. So orchestrator, these all are, I understand these all are jargon words for you, but if we will start using this type of tool, we'll get to know why and where we can use it. So if I will start with Studio X, and Studio Pro, these three tools are used for development perspective. You can design your solution and deploy it on cloud. In the cloud side, the orchestrator, AI center, these and data services. These are working in the backend so that you can schedule your activity as well as run it. So let's say if you have created any solution or robot and upload it into Orchestrator. Orchestrator is nothing but a cloud system where you can store all of your file, all of your deployment tool, all of your bot system. So in the down the line, if you want to trigger it, your robot for performing your activity, you just have to click on single tap or just click on run. Your robot will start running. And within fraction of minute, it's totally dependent on your action to action. So within a fraction of minute, you'll find it out. Your result will be available on your mail or how you have configured it. So if you have configured your mail system, you will get to know on mail. If you have configured to store in your local system in terms of any document file, in terms of any PDF file, that will store into the desired location. So Orchestrator is used for the scheduling, deployment, as well as running perspective. So when we talk about the robots are having two types. One is attended and another one is unattended robot. Attended means it will require human being to perform the action or to run the activity which you have built it. Without any human intervention, it will not run automatically. But unattended robot will run it automatically. It means just have to schedule it. If you want to schedule for 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, or it's totally up to you how you're looking forward to run your robot. So if you've configured these type of actions, just need to schedule it. Once you schedule it, it will run in the backend and trigger out email to you. This activity will be completed with the complete execution report. So try to understand it how simple is. This is a cloud system where you have deployed the system. This is a public cloud, and even you can create public as well as hybrid and as well as on premises. So as of now, as a single user, I can just host in my system only because I don't have any cloud login. And even for the students, they don't have cloud login. Maybe they will get it from the AWS for 1 year without any charges, but after that they have to pay it. So rather than using on the cloud system, you can deploy your robot into your own desktop or laptop, which is absolutely free of cost, and you can store n number of years without paying anything. So when we talk about the UiPath tool, the community license is absolutely free. If you want to learn about this tool, you just have to go to uipath.com, download their component, create your account, and post creating, download it, UiPath Studio license, and you can create cloud login as well. So once you create cloud login, you will get orchestrator credentials for attended robot. Unattended is basically going to be chargeable. So these all are totally free for the community license. Sorry. Yeah. So if you want to learn about this tool, just simply go to register yourself, create your account, and download the component, and you can start using. I'm not doing any marking to the UiPath. You can use any other tool as well. Process is very simple enough. You can use any tool, whichever you are comfortable. Now, coming down to UiPath tool, where how we can use it. As I said, you can use UiPath Studio for the development activity. You can create whatever solutions you are looking forward to create it, deploy it to your own system as well as UiPath Orchestrator. Post executing, you can monitor your robot is working perfectly fine or not. Then at the end, you have executor, UiPath robot, unattended and attended mode. You can configure it from the configuration file. So these are the steps or architecture I can see, or UiPath architecture. Now coming down to the UiPath installation and configuration. Again, I'm repeating same thing, not doing marketing for any of the tools. I'm using UiPath in my regular activities. Because of that, I've linked it here. When you will go to the website, simply create your account. Any RPA tool. You go to the Automation Anywhere, you can go to the Robocall, you can go to the Robot Framework. Any website you can jump it, create your account, register yourself, create your account. Then you'll find it out similar type of structure where you will get studio license free of cost. This is not chargeable for student use or not chargeable for the small scale enterprise. But if you are using for business needs, definitely you can opt their license, which is recommended by their side. Now, this is the account creation page. Post registration, you will get this page where you can download it from here. And once you'll jump to the website, you will get try UiPath for free of cost. Now, if you want to learn more about UiPath, you can visit to my playlist as well. Because within 1.5 hours of sessions, it is not possible to cover each and everything. So if you want to start with initial steps, go to this channel, or maybe you can search UiPath by Deepak Rai. You'll find it out more than 516 contents on several topics like software testing, UiPath, then RPA tool, then Python, then AWS. So more than 516 videos are there. Whatever technology you are looking forward to learn, you can start learning from the beginning. So I've created since installation steps till the master level. So more than 150 videos are uploaded on UiPath itself. So you can refer this playlist. Now, coming down to the demo part. So this is the UiPath tool where you can, after installation, just to go to here and start any of the actions. So for creating any new project, simply go to the process, click on that, enter the name of your process. Let me show you. So select your locations where you want to store your content, then click on create, and it will take few minutes to create a workspace or to gather dependencies. So once you will done, you just have to click on open main window. This is the UiPath framework where you'll find it out complete tool here. So if you want to create a sequence is nothing but whatever actions you are performing, you can do this action inside the flowchart or inside the sequence. So sequence is nothing but working from vertical sections. It will start from the top and it will go down, down, down. And whenever your action is completed, flowchart is basically working on tree level structure where you can, let me show you test. Now, this will start your flowchart where whenever you are dragging and dropping any activity, just have to connect with their node. So this is the state. These are the different state, and you have to provide the transition. You can see here. So this is the transition level. This is a very simple. You can find all of the activities here. If you want to install any specific activities you're looking forward, click on manage, and from the manage reference, you can search. Let's say I want to work on AWS. So all packages, go to the all packages and search for AWS. You'll find it on AWS Workspace. Click on this download arrow button, and this activity will be installed for you, which is not going to cost anything. So you can use n number of activities which is available inside the UiPath. Click. So if you want to perform any click action, simply drag and drop and use this tool, which is again simple enough. You don't need to write a code for clicking. If you're writing a code inside Python, C++, or Java, it will take more time as compared to this tool. So you have to drag and drop and use the activity. So let me show you one already created flowchart by running, and post that will create it from the beginning. Now you can see these simple steps are created in sequence flow. So if you want to view, or if you want to see different aspects, simply select this and you will find it all their properties in the properties panel. Even in the text, even in the select text, even in the button. So these all components are available here. So let me run this and show you how quickly it is running. And before running, I will show you here. This is the website. It will launch the website, and after launching, it will go to the text box, enter the detail or name, then select the month. After selecting, it will click on get unicorn name. Post this, once it will click, it will pop up a message box so that you'll find it out your name and date of birth on that message box. For automating this stuff, you have to write at least 25 lines of code. But here, while drawing or while creating a design of a bot, I did not write a single line of code. You cannot find it out single line of code here. I just created variables and defined the logic inside the default value and used different activities. So let me run this and show you the result. Now you can see to launch the website, enter the detail and clicked on get. So you can see whatever data we have entered is populated on our message box, which is simple enough. So let's do it by our own. Here, first you need to have open browser. So rather than doing anything, simply write here, open browser, and select the location first. So just select the location inside this, double click on that, and this activity will be available for you. Provide the name. So name, maybe you can use a direct website name, or even you can use in terms of variable. So variable is nothing but we are using or the name which can store our value. Same like Java, Python, or several other programming language. So when we are storing any data inside the variable or creating any variable, simply we have to go to the variable and create the variable like this. So you will find it out the variable type as well. All these types are available. If you want to add any more types of variable, you can simply go to and select whatever variables you're looking for. All these variables are stored here. So right now it's selected string, and here we are working in sequence. Because of that, the complete sequence will be selected. If you select any specific component, it will not applicable to the other. So better you can keep your variable global for all your sequence. Here we have defined the logic. Let me copy and paste it to the here. You can see we have created a new URI which is used for your storing your website. Then system.io.path combine, and here we have used environment current directory, where we can call unicorn generator.html page, which is to an absolute URI, which is simple enough. Now we are just calling this variable. You can, once you write the initial name, you will find it out, the complete variable will be detected. And you can see all these warnings are resolved. So now our first step is done. We have extracted open browser. And created a new activity for us. Now select this and enter type into. So type into is basically working into it. Either you can provide the detail here, and second way, you can indicate element inside the browser. So first open the website in the background and then launch your UiPath Studio. Click on indicate screen and first select this one. For this, you will need to have extension should be installed. So right now I'm using Google. So inside the Google, I'm also having this website. So Google Chrome extension is already installed for my system. So it will work for me. So indicate on screen now. Text to the file enabled. Here we will find it out all these extensions. You can use it for enable. Now this is enable. Same way we can enable it, and once we want to enter the data, we have to just provide the location. So what happened in the backend? Rather than writing code in terms of XPath or any ID locations, we are just entering the location space here, and post that it will capture the automatic location for us, and it will define to the robot these are the location where we are capturing. Same way we can do it for the input text for the month, and for the click activity, we are using this click activity. Simply double click on that, and this activity will be available inside your sequence. And post that we are calling one message box. So here, simply you have to write here message box and drag and drop and enter your variable name. Now your complete action is done. Post that you can run. Very simple enough to do your automation actions inside your UiPath or RPA based tool, which I can say very simple enough to perform your action. So this is about demo components. So if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have already used UiPath Studio.
Okay.
So my doubt is what project I did was I automated WhatsApp.
Okay.
WhatsApp texting. So can I, is there any possibilities of making any UiPath project into an Android application or something?
I did not understand your question. We have created a WhatsApp application and
Yes,
then
a
it
bot to
will-
automate WhatsApp, sir, to send automatic messages, taking
okay.
the message from a text document, taking the numbers from an Excel sheet and automate, and it should type it in the WhatsApp web, and it
Okay.
should send messages to people.
Okay.
So that's the project I have done, sir. Is there any possibilities like I can make this workflow like whatever I have created in UiPath? Is there any possibilities of making it as an Android app?
Yeah, definitely you can use it, UiPath component. You can directly call it actually. So there is a no direct interaction between Android and UiPath, but by
Okay, sir.
using some code, whatever actions you have automated, you can call it into your UiPath. Because whatever I understand from the Android perspective, Android for the calling of data, we can call it XAML file as. So there is a not having any restriction, and UiPath is creating totally into XAML file. So same thing, you can call it inside your Android application as
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
well. Sure. Any other question? Okay, if you don't have anything, we
No
can
question,
close off.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. Have a nice
Thank you
day.
so much, sir. Thank you for the session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Jeevan?
Yeah, thank you, Samna. So a warm good evening to all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to propose word of thanks to all who have helped us in making this webinar such a resounding success. First of all, on behalf of IIIT Dharwad, I would like to heartily thank our guest, Mr. Deepak Rai. Thank you, sir, for spending his evening with us and enlightening us on the topic robotic process automation. I'm pretty sure the precious knowledge shared with us will be helpful in our future studies. I would like to thank Career Guide himself for organizing this informative session. No event can be successful without people who dedicated their resource and time to make sure everything is faultless. Thus, last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants present here, without whom this event would not be possible. Thank you, thank you, one and all, once again for making this a great success. So, thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.